Hi guys, welcome back to another 2 Please Top 5. As you might know from our last video, today's video is about our top 5 attractions in the animal kingdom. So let's get to it. It's the 2 Please Top 5.
So in number 5 is It's Tough to Be a Bug. This is one of Tom's favourites, so this is why it's at number 5. Do you want to explain why you love it so much?
I just do. I think it's great. First time I went on it was last year, so it's quite new to me, although I understand people might find it a bit old and dated. But I just think it's a really good 3D show. I mean, you might know from other videos I love Muppet Vision 3D, and this is the same vein. It's got those real world elements with the Hopper animatronic and the Flick animatronic in the roof. For anyone who doesn't know, by the way, It's Tough to Be a Bug is like a cabaret show featuring bugs, and the host is Flick. So it's like a butterfly, stink bug, and a few of
a dung beetle.
Yeah.
Like, and he kind of brings each one on one by one, doesn't he? And then they have to do a little thing.
But I just really like it. I really like...
you're meant to be a bug, aren't you, as well? Because you have your big
got your bug goggles.
Yeah.
I really like it. I really like the little part with the termites or whatever it is going under your seat.
Excuse me, pardon me.
Yeah, that's great. So I know it might not be a lot of people's top 5, but it's in there for me.
I like as well when you're queuing, you go underneath or like into where the Tree of Life is, so you can see like really close up some of the carvings.
Yeah.
And I just think like you don't really get that view of the Tree of Life from anywhere else other than that queue, so it's really like it's a really good place to get pictures.
Yeah, you get a great view. You get some nice aircon.
Yeah.
They've got the movie posters that are quite amusing in the front.
They've got like
foyer.
movie posters in like the waiting area, that are kind of like puns of like real life films, like like real life films, like real films, but they've got like bugs in them. Yeah. So yeah, it's a good one. And I think that if you're not terrified of insects, then it's something that everyone can enjoy.
I mean, I think the only thing that might scare people is the spider bit. But
I'm terrified of spiders, but I'm not bothered by them.
But it's cartoony, so it's fine. But anyway, that's our number 5.
Yeah.
And so in number 4, it's Dinosaur. What can be said about Dinosaur?
Well, you're in like
scary.
you're in a big truck. What's the premise of the ride? So you're in a big truck, and you're going to be sent back in time
to kind of an iguanodon.
Yeah.
Is it an iguanodon?
To bring back an iguanodon. And you kind of like, it's all bumpy and it's a bit of a dark ride,
It's like Walt Disney World's equivalent of the Indiana Jones ride.
But we've not been on that. So.
No, but it's the same sort of ride vehicles and layout.
Yeah, and you kind of like, it's like a dark ride but really quick, and like it's really bumpy, and it's quite scary.
I was really surprised by it.
Why?
I found it just really quite strangely thrilling. Like the ride vehicles, it really feels like you're off-road. It throws you about quite a lot.
Well, I think I've seen pictures and you're really high off the ground. Like the vehicles are massive.
We've got that picture of us on it where I'm like holding on.
You're just like looking like, oh my god.
I'll try and put it in now.
But I just really like Dinosaur. Like, I know that the Dinosaur Disney film's kind of a bit irrelevant nowadays, but at the same time, like, I think the ride, dinosaurs appeal to everyone, don't they? And so I think the ride therefore stands the test of time, because I think everybody wants to go on a ride and see some T-Rex and things. I haven't either.
No.
But yeah, and I also quite like, I mean, it's not the best queuing area, but I like the fact that when you go in the queuing area, they've got the big skeleton.
I like the queue, it's cool.
It's okay.
I like it because it's like, I don't know, I think it even ties into Dino Land, because Dino Land's like this cheap carnival that's trying to take money, like profit from the fact that there's this dinosaur excavation going on.
Ah, right, is that the story?
That's how I interpret it.
Okay.
Like, it's like some people trying to make a quick buck out of setup.
Yeah.
That's how I interpret it, but
well, I really like Dinosaur, and I think like there's not a huge amount of rides in Animal Kingdom, but I think Dinosaur's obviously, it is up there as one of the best ones. It's debatable whether or not you need a fast pass on busy days, then sometimes it does have a long wait. We tend to just use a fast pass on it anyway, because we have that one going spare.
Yeah.
Because you can only pick one of the Pandora rides and then you have other ones to use. So anyway, yeah, we really like Dinosaur, and that's our number 4. So in number 3 is Kilimanjaro Safaris. Now this is up there for me as like one of my favourite rides in all of Disney.
It's a must. Yeah,
it's definitely, well, all of these are must-dos because they're in my top 5s.
Yeah.
And so anyway, it's Kilimanjaro Safaris. It's different every single time pretty much. I mean, you know, they have the general route that the trucks drive on, but you do see different things every time. Did we do it twice the last time?
We did, yeah. We did a nighttime one and a daytime one.
We did 2 daytime ones.
Okay, then we did it 3
times.
Did it
3 times, yeah. And we did see some different things every time. We saw like really up close with giraffes. We saw the lions awake at one point, which you don't often see.
We had to stop for a wildebeest in the way.
Yeah, we did for quite a while, didn't we?
Yeah.
And then you get to see like the hippos and the crocodiles and things. So anyway, I really like Kilimanjaro safaris. I think it's quite educational. I think if you go first thing in the morning, like a lot of people say to do, then you get a good view of the animals when they're awake and walking about. And then we did do, like Tom said, the twilight safari as well, which I know that the animals are more active, but then you can't see as much because of the lack of daylight. So we prefer doing it in the morning time.
Unless they gave us night vision goggles like Jurassic Park, that would have been good.
But they don't.
No.
So yeah, that's why I picked it as my number 3. Is there anything else you want to add?
Yeah, I agree completely. The great value of having animals is unpredictable. So you might get a dud where you don't see much, but then you might have something truly that feels unique, like that no one else has seen, and that's really cool.
I also think it's quite nice on a hot day as well, because it's quite a long ride, and then because you're like driving, then you get a bit of a breeze, don't you? It's like an open air truck. Yeah,
I found it quite informative. Like we didn't know that the closest living relative to a giraffe was an okapi, but there you go, we do now.
Not a zebra, even though they look a bit like zebras.
No. Like that.
I mean, I went on the old Kilimanjaro safaris
when
they used to have the kind of poacher bit, and it's bizarre now to think back to that it used to be like that, but I much prefer now's Kilimanjaro safaris, and I just really like it. It does get quite a big queue, so I would say that, you know, try and get a fast pass for it, or go first thing in the morning or last thing at night. We had a breakfast reservation at Tusker House, which is right next door, so we just had breakfast and then went straight there.
I was just about to say, if you've got breakfast at Tusker House, it's a great choice, because you're in the park early anyway, and then it's just literally over the road.
Yeah, so I really like it for that reason as well. Yes, that was number 3.
Okay, and at number 2, we're taking a little journey to the Forbidden Mountain for Expedition Everest. So I feel like there was going to be a lot of complaints, well, not complaints, but discussion about this one, because a lot of people, I think it'll be their number 1.
I think it's a lot of people's favourite ride in all of Disney World.
Yeah, definitely. It's got a bit of a reputation going for it.
Well, we obviously love it as well.
Yeah, I mean, it's at number 2, so that's got to be good. But,
it's a must do every time.
Definitely, but there's one that's slightly beat it.
We'll talk about that in a minute.
Which we'll get to. So, why do you like Everest?
Well, I love roller coasters. There's not many big roller coasters in Disney World at the moment. Obviously, they're building Guardians and they're building Tron. But at the moment, Expedition Everest is the biggest in terms of like its scale. So I really like it for that reason. I think it's a good thrill ride. I like the drop. It has backwards bits. It has dark bits. I just really like it. I mean, I'm terrified of the actual like lift hill because I don't like heights. Yeah. But I know that like you can get a really good view from up there. And obviously the theming as well is amazing. Do you want to talk a bit about that? Yeah, the theming for me is the main thing. Love the ride. Even if it was a bare bones roller coaster, I think it'd be fun. But with all that extra detail, it makes a complete attraction. Yeah. I think initially as you walk into Asia and you can see that mountain, it's outstanding. You know, it looks really well done. Yeah. I say mountain range. You can see it from quite far away, even when you're not in the park. Yeah. Can't you? Even if you're on a slightly ride or like up Blizzard Beach or something, you'll be able to see it. Yeah. It's very important, but looks great. It's beautiful. And then you've got the initial build up with the queue, and you've got even like the theming of that bar that's near it, and those shops where they've got all like the bags and the climbing gear and stuff. Is it called the Dawa bar, or is it something else? I'm not sure. But anyway, yeah. But yeah, everything builds up in that area to this one main attraction. And they've got all the little artifacts and stuff whilst you're in the queue. It can get quite a big queue, so we normally always fast pass it, but it is worth trying to get through the queue at least once, because there's so many things to see. Yeah. I mean, I think some of it is actual like real things that have been gathered from like trips from the Imagineers, but the stuff from Joe Rohde's many adventures around the world. Yeah, but then like in general, just the queue's beautiful. But yeah. I think as well. Sorry. No. There's just so much detail everywhere you look on that ride. Even up the lift hill, you've got all the little prayer, like, what would you call them? don't know.
Prayer statues. Well, I'll think of the proper word in a bit. You've got the prayer flags.
Yeah.
It all feels very authentic.
The bubbles.
Oh, the bubbles.
I don't understand.
That's the
Or
downside.
hair ties, if you don't call them bubbles. I don't understand why they're all there. I just think it makes everything look really littered.
Yeah.
I don't understand why people do that.
If you do it, fair enough, but we don't like it.
I wouldn't do that.
No. The Yeti itself, if it was working, that'd be a plus.
I mean, that doesn't bother me because I feel like you blast past it and you barely see
I know,
it anyway.
it's purely just from growing up and seeing the adverts for it. I always
Yeah.
wanted to see that Yeti, and yeah, you can still go under him.
Mm-hmm. I can remember it being built, Everest. I can remember seeing it being built when I was there one summer. I don't know what year it was, but it wasn't open yet. And then I remember going the summer after or whatever, and when it was the first year it was opened, and it was amazing then. Because obviously I didn't know that it was going to go backwards, and so it felt like really thrilling. I remember coming off the ride like as a little girl and saying like, did it go backwards and upside down? Because I think it must like drop a little bit when you go backwards, or I don't know what the actual motion of like what the shape of the track is, but it felt like you went upside down. And my dad was like, no, but I think he kind of probably humoured me. But I just love it. I love everything about it, and mainly the actual theming for me is what sells it. So
Very solid ride.
So that was our number 2, and in number 1 is probably no surprise to anybody, and that is Flight of Passage in Pandora. So I think one of the newest rides to have opened. Well, actually, no.
Certainly in Animal Kingdom.
Yeah. I was going to say Toy Story Land was most recent, but it's one of the more recent rides anyway that Disney's opened, and it's like soaring on crack, isn't it?
I guess so. Yeah.
It's like when you sat on a kind of bike that's meant to be a banshee, and then you're meant to basically fly around Pandora, and you've got this big screen in front of you. How many is there? Like 6 people?
Yeah, there's like 6 or 8
Maybe
rows
more.
of bikes.
Yeah, but it's really, really immersive, and I think it's quite thrilling considering that you don't actually go anywhere. I think it is quite thrilling. You do feel the kind of like the drops and the turns and the twists, and I just love it. Why do you love it? Because of the theming.
Again, perfect package. I really like how it feels like you're going through that sort of science facility. We haven't been in the normal queue.
No, we need
sadly,
to do that.
Which I really want to do, to see that animatronic and everything else in that sort of lab area.
But we were lucky enough to get a fast pass, which is a rarity.
Yeah, the loading pre-show and stuff, with the whole check you for parasites is, it's a bit gimmicky, but it's fun. Where you have to wave around for some reason, because that's how it works. Science, I guess. But no, I think for me, it's because I actually took the time not to look around my sort of whereabouts.
And also we didn't spoil this ride for ourselves before we went.
We never watched
we
ride
avoided
footage
all
for it.
video footage of it, so we knew like what the queue looked like kind of, but we didn't know what the ride footage was at all. So that was why it was like a really big shock, and we've only been in it once.
Yeah, but usually I always end up having a little sneaky look around, see how things work, out of curiosity. But this time I decided, I'm going to fully immerse it, and it was just great.
It was brilliant, wasn't it?
The
smells as well.
Yeah, it just felt like I had a constant smile on my face going through it, and I don't really know how else to describe it other than,
It's beautiful.
Yeah.
Beautiful. It's very pretty, but it has got that thrilling element to it. I mean, if you don't like motion rides and you get motion sick, then this is not the ride for you, but we don't, and I love it. Obviously it's our favourite ride in Animal Kingdom, but I know a lot of people say it's like the best ride they've ever been on. Now I do love it. I don't know if I'll go that far. I didn't come off crying like some people did, but I do love it, and obviously it's our favourite ride in Animal Kingdom.
Definitely.
Yeah, but yeah, I really like it, and I mean in Pandora in general is unbelievable.
If that gives any, we've seen videos of Galaxy's Edge now, but if that gives any sort of idea of how we're going to feel in Galaxy's Edge, like Pandora was just like something else in terms of a land. And considering that like Avatar isn't like a film, I like the film, but it doesn't like speak to me. Like it's not, I don't get like crazy emotional over Avatar. And if Pandora, which is a land based on that film, can do that, give you that wow factor, then Star Wars with Galaxy's Edge, Star Wars, which has got like such a place in like millions of people's hearts, what's that going to be like? Do you know what I mean? Because it's just going to be insane. It's going to be a lot of grown men crying, spending a lot of money on lightsabers and toys. Yeah, that's what it's going to be. It's going to be you with your tissues. Yeah, but anyway, we're getting off the track. But Pandora is amazing.
if you don't like motion rides, then it's worth going into Pandora anyway. Just have a look around.
I've always got Navi as well.
Well, don't talk about that because I'm going to mention that in a second. But anyway, yeah, Flight of Passage number 1. If you can go on it, get a fast pass. And it's just amazing. Just let yourself be completely fully immersed, and it's incredible. So yeah, that was number 1.
And just a special little bonus mention here. We're going to talk a little bit about
Navi River Journey. Well, I mean, you did just allude to it before, but still. There, honourable mention, Navi River
Top
Journey.
Secret.
Because we've just talked about Pandora there, we can't not mention Navi River, which is a lovely, short boat ride. Short is
the word I would use.
Yeah, boat ride through the kind of Pandoran Navi jungle. And I mean, it's stunning, isn't it? Like, it is gorgeous. Yeah. The music's beautiful. It's very calm and very serene. Yeah, and you've got that animatronic, which I personally find absolutely terrifying. But she is amazing.
Yeah, she's amazing. I would just... my issues with Navi.
Go on then.
1, too short.
Yeah.
And 2, I want more animatronics.
Okay, what, less screens?
Yeah. Because I did find it, although I appreciate that they tried to expand the environment and give a greater sense of space with the screens, it put me off a bit.
See, I liked the fact that there were screens because I think if there was lots of animatronics, it would detract from what you're meant to be looking at, which would be the scenery, is what they're meant to be showing you, all the different leaves and the bioluminescence and all that.
What worked really well was those leaves with the frogs. You can see from underneath.
Above
that was
you.
good.
Yeah, that was mad.
And yeah, that audio animatronic at the end is outstanding.
But then as soon as you see her, it's over, and it's a shame because she's at the very end of the ride. So I do know what you mean. Like, I just think if it was longer, if you maybe saw her and then saw a bit more of maybe the tree, or
in terms of I mean, I don't know. I get that. I kind of just want it to be more of a calm experience, but it doesn't feel like there's any sort of start, middle, end to the ride.
No, there's not really much of a story.
You go around and then, okay, she's there, I guess. Great. And then you go in a cave.
And then it's done. Yeah, and then it's done. But we did want to mention it because it's a ride that I definitely think that everyone should go on. And everyone would enjoy it. I mean, I don't think we'll just go on it once. I think we'd go on it again.
Yeah, we'll go on it next time.
But I wouldn't queue probably any longer than 25, 30 minutes. And I wouldn't use my tier 1 fast pass for it personally.
No.
If you got like a bonus one, a bonus extra fast pass, then maybe. But I do think that it's worth mentioning because it's, out of both of the Pandora rides, then Navi's definitely the one that I think would probably appeal to the most people because everyone could go on it. Little kids, older people, people who get motion sick.
Similar to Pirates in that way that everyone can go on.
So I think out of all the rides in Animal Kingdom, it would be silly not to mention it, but that's why it's our honourable mention. It didn't make our top 5. So
that's the end of this top 5.
That's the end of the top 5.
Next time, it's going to be Epcot.
Yes.
You might have guessed that.
We're going to have to think about what that's going to be.
Well, we'll get to it. But anyway.
Let us know what your top 5 in Animal Kingdom is. Did we not mention anything that you love? Is there anything that we're blindly missing? We're going to do another separate top 5 video about the shows, so that's why we haven't mentioned any of those. But anyway, yes, let us know what yours are, and also subscribe to our channel if you will, and we'll see you in the next top 5 video. Bye!
Bye!